Hi, this is Mr. Weston. Today we're doing a Khan Academy tutorial on distributive property with variables. Let's go ahead and get started. So it's asking us to distribute to create an equivalent expression with the fewest symbols possible. So it gives us that parentheses with 4 out in front. So 4 times the group x minus 2 plus y, or 4 times the quantity x minus 2 plus y. So what do we do here? So let's get some background information going here. So if I were to list this out, if we have x's and y's, a lot of students get turned off by that and they're like, what is a letter doing in math? And really what it does is it represents an unknown amount. So let's think about money. We have a bag of money with X dollars in it. We have no idea how much money is in that bag. And we have another unknown amount in another bag, and we'll call that Y. And the reason why we use variables is because if we use question marks, those question marks would assume that they're equal amounts, but we're told that they're different amounts. So that's why we use variables, so we don't get confused. Is it the same amount? Is it a different amount? Question mark is not very clear. So we use X, we use Y, and then we have that minus 2. So that's a known quantity. We know we're subtracting, in this case, $2. So this is how we can express it right here. So let me highlight it. We know we can express it just like that. So an X amount of money, we don't know, minus $2 plus an unknown amount of money. So we don't know how much that is, so we can't really do anything. It's not like we can say, oh, that's $17, because we have no idea, because there's 2 unknown amounts there. But we do know that we have 4 groups of it. That's what this 4 out in front means. It means 4 groups of that, or 4 times that amount. So what do we do here? Well, we could just leave it alone because there's nothing to do, especially inside the parentheses. Normally when we have parentheses, we're going to do that first in order of operations, or PEMDAS. But there is another thing that we can do. We can use the distributive property to make it look a little bit different. And honestly, it's useful for a lot of things and looks a little bit more simple. So let me show you how that works. Essentially what we're going to do is we're going to take turns multiplying this 4 by each term inside the parentheses. And a term is separated by these addition or subtraction signs. So anything that's separated by the addition or subtraction inside the parenthesis is going to get multiplied by that 4 out in front. So what does that look like? It looks like 4 times, and I'm using a dot because dot is equal to multiplication, but that X looks like an X, right? So that multiplication X, we don't want to get it confused with a normal X, so we're going to cross that out. I should use like that. And then instead, we're going to use that dot for multiplication. So 4 multiplied by X, we're going to copy down this subtraction sign and that plus sign. We're going to keep those there, this exact same for now. Later on in math, when you multiply by variables, it's going to get a little bit more complex. We're going to do 4 times 2 here, and then 4 times y there. We're just taking turns multiplying by each thing. And why is that? Well, it's because we have 4 groups of each one of those things. Okay, we have 4 bags of X. We have 4 groups of that $2 that we're subtracting, right? And we have 4 groups of that Y. That's an unknown amount also, okay? So that's why we can do it that way. So let's just simplify. So 4 times X, we can simplify as 4X. We can simplify 4 times 2 as 8. And we can simplify 4 times Y as just 4Y. And that is our answer. So it's still like not a singular answer. It's a little uncomfortable for a lot of students. But that is the distributive property, and that's how it works. So we're going to type in 4X, which means we have 4 groups of X. Where's my variable here? Got to be somewhere. Right here, over in the next tab. And then we have minus. We're going to copy that down for the parentheses. 8, because 4 times 2 is 8. We're going to copy down the plus sign because that's in the parentheses. And we have 4 times y, or just 4y. And that's our answer. So I hope you see that it's a little bit more simple than you anticipated. Now this time the 6 is on the other side, and you see it's got the dot. It's the same thing, okay? So we're going to still do that multiplication times each term on the inside. We just kind of draw the arrows the other way. All right, so how does this work? Well, again, we can't combine anything inside the parentheses. You got to check that first. Is there anything that can be combined? And there isn't. So if you look here at 7, that's like the $7, right? Minus, and this time we have 4 bags of N, okay? N, and that is already inside the parentheses, and we have 6 groups of that, okay? So this is the part that might get a little confusing, but I promise it's, once you understand it, it's like, oh, that makes sense, okay? So first let's do the 6 times the 7. We know what that is, right? we can find that. That's a known quantity. But what about the 6 groups of 4n? What does that mean? Well, that means we're going to have this 4n, and we're going to have 6 groups of it. So there's 3, 4, 5, and 6. So how many 4n's do we have there, or how many total n's? Well, we can make that into a multiplication problem, right? We can just do 6 times that 4n. Okay, so we have 42 there, minus, we keep the minus the same. 6 times 4 is 24, so we're going to have 24 n's total. Now, if we're just going to keep that n there, so that might be a confusing thing for students. It's like, what do we do with that n? We just keep it there. How many total n's do we have? Well, if we have 6 groups of 4n, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 4, 24. Okay, you could just count it up if you wanted to, but multiplication is much easier. So 42 minus 24n. Essentially what you do is anytime you multiply by a variable with a number in front or a coefficient in front, is you just multiply the 2 numbers and you keep the variable kind of tagged along with it. So let's write 42 minus 24n as our answer. 42 minus 24 times n, or just 24n. And we'll move on to the next one. Oh, here's a simple one. So we have 5 plus y. Again, we got to check to see if we can combine in there, and we can't. We don't know how much y is, so we're kind of stuck unless we use the distributive property. So we're going to do 4 times 5 plus, keep that plus the same, 4 times y. So we have 20 plus 4y, and that's our answer. So let's go ahead and type that in, 20 plus, keep that the same, 4 times y, or just 4y, and we're done. And now we just have one more. All right, I'm so glad we got this one. So now we have 1/2. Oof, what do we do with this fraction? The same thing, okay? So we're going to multiply 1/2 times each one of those terms inside, or just half of what's going on, okay? So let me put it into context of what we've been doing. So we got 2 bags of A inside the parentheses. We got 6 bags of B that we're subtracting. I'm just going to do 6B. I'm not going to draw 6 bags. And then plus the $8. Okay, we know how much that is. And we want half of that. Now, the reason why I say half of is because in math, of means multiplication. And that's what's going on there, is multiplication, right? So if I want half of it, that means I'm going to take half the A's. Well, half the A's, if there's 2, is just 1. Half the 6 B's, we're going to take half of that. That's 3 of them left, right? That's half of that, and then half of 8 is 4, and that's going to end up being our answer. So let me write it out how I would do it. Non-visual way: 1/2 times 2a minus 1/2 times 6b plus 1/2 times 8. And I hope you know that multiplying by 1/2 is the same thing as divided by 2, and that's another thing that I'm doing. Okay, I'm either having half of it, I'm multiplying by 1/2, or I'm dividing by 2. So again, 1/2 of 2a is just a, or 1a. 1a and a are the same thing, okay? So if you want to put 1a there, that's completely fine, but I want you to recognize that 1a and a have the same coefficient of 1. Even though you don't see that one, it's an implied one, okay? Minus, now we have to go back here. Half of 6b is 3b, and then plus half of 8 is 4. Okay, make sure your minuses and pluses correspond to each other. Half of 2 is 1, 1a. Half of 6 is 3, 3b. And then half of 8 is 4. And let's check our answer. And we're all done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a comment if you have any questions. And I look forward to seeing you next time right here on Wes Explains Best.